Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. In my lessons on Patreon, I now turn my attention to ABRSM Grade 4 2022 practice exam papers. Once you have completed the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory workbooks for grades 1, 2, 3 and 4, practice exam papers are an excellent revision tool. In this particular lesson, I work through Grade 4 2022 Practice Exam Paper D. I work through every single section of the exam paper, looking at topics including rhythm, pitch, keys and scales, intervals, tonic triads, musical terms and signs, and also music in context. As we work through the exam paper together, I give you tips and hints on how to quickly find the correct answer for each question and also give you revision tips along the way. The full lesson can be found on my Patreon channel. If you visit patreon.com/Sharon Bill, you can find the full lesson there, and you can find links to this lesson in the cards and in the description box. After this short little video, you can see sample examples taken from the full Patreon lesson, showing you how I work through every single question, note by note, bar by bar, just as if I was sitting right next to you. Once you feel you are ready to take the ABRSM Music Theory exam, I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory exam. It contains techniques and tips and hints on how to be best prepared for your exam, and also how to make the very best use of your time on exam day. This book is available from Amazon, and you can find links to this in the cards and in the description box. Enjoy your studies! We've already seen in the time signatures how we have to group things correctly to show the unit beat. So which one of these correctly shows the unit beat? So we have 9/16. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we should be able to see clearly each dotted quaver beat, shouldn't we? So we should see 3 groups of 3, and so we have 1, 2. Now that's not correct, because really half of that, well actually it's even more, isn't it? So that should have a semiquaver belonging to that group, and then we have 3 semiquavers belonging to this group, don't we? So that's not right. So what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's the one that we want, isn't it? So we can see how that's been properly divided to show the start of beat 2. Why is this one incorrect? So really that looks like it's correct. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. However, we shouldn't have that beam continuing, should we? That should be grouped separately. We don't have the beam going there, so that's why that's incorrect. So here in the alto clef, we know that this is middle C. So if we bring this down an octave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that's a D, but an octave higher, so it's a D, and then we have to include the double sharp, so D double sharp. So this note here, G, F, E, is a D sharp, and you could only have D sharp in the key signature if there were F, C, G and D. We've got no G sharp though, have we? So perhaps the only way we can explain this is a raised 7th. So if this were a 7th, if D sharp were the 7th, then the tonic would be E. We would be in E minor, which has a key signature of F sharps, and D sharp would be the raised 7th. Key signature of F sharps. Now, why is there no F sharp?
simply because there's no note F. However, there's no way of explaining this D sharp as part of a key signature because there's no G sharp that would also need to be present. So there's no F sharp simply because there's no note F, but there's no way we can explain this as part of a key signature. It must be the accidental of the raised seventh, which tells us we are in E minor. Let's press on. So we're in the treble clef, we have an E and we need to create a sixth, and then we'll consider the minor aspect of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. E, F, G, A, B, C takes us to the sixth. Now in E major, we have a key signature of F, C, G, D sharp. So to be major, that would be a C sharp. And remember, major means greater, minor means smaller. So the C sharp makes the interval smaller. And also we know that E minor would have C naturals. And so keeping it as a natural gives us the minor interval we're after. Given the key of E flat major, we're going to name these chords. It'll either be chords 1, 4 or 5. And although there are, of course, only 3 notes in a triad, one of those notes will be duplicated to make a 4-part harmony. So chord 1, so E, B, build our triads, E, G, B, A, C, E, B, D, F, first, third, fifth. And then, of course, there will be a key signature of B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats. Oh, no, I'm in the wrong key. No D flats at all. B flats, E flats, A flats. There we go. However, your key signature will do all that work for you. So the key signature is doing all of that work. So really we have E, E, G, B, E flats, G, B flats. That's chord 1. And then we have A flat, C, E flat, chord 4. And then we have B flat, D, F, chord 5. So that's soon completed. I always suggest that it's a good idea to make as much use as you can and squeeze every potential for revision out of this section, because remember, you've got all of the musical terms and signs and knowledge of instruments from grades 1, 2, 3 and 4 combined now. So I suggest you do a little bit of revision, get creative in your revision, and then try and give all of these their terms and definitions to make full opportunity, and try and do it by testing yourself after a spot of revision. It's a more thorough way of learning than just by passively copying. So I'm hoping that you've had a go of this, and so let's go through this together, making full use of this potential. So allargando is broadening. Largo is slow, and you can see that kind of root word, but it's kind of broadening out. So I just feel like the words kind of spread. That's just my way of remembering this. And so that then gives us slow is largo, slow and a kind of a stately. We have gradually getting quicker. So the obvious one, right from grade 1, is accelerando. It's sort of accelerating. Good spelling practice as well. There's only one L there. And of course we have the new stringendo there. And then with passion, not difficult to see the root word. APPS, appassionato. So we can see that root word there. How many times does the leading note in the key of D minor occur? So the leading note is the 7th degree of the scale. So let's think about this. D minor has a key signature of B flats related to F major. That's what we've got here. And then the leading note is the 7th, D, E, F, G, A, B, C is raised. So that becomes C sharp. So we're looking for C sharp. So how many C sharps can we find? Well, the accidental will give us a clue to start off with. So here we can see there's a C sharp. So there's one. Now don't forget this is also still C sharp. A sharp lasts for the entire bar until the bar line cancels it. So that is also our leading note. So just watch out, that is still C sharp. That's not a C sharp. And then we have one here. Do we have any more? Nope. So we have 3 C sharps. Just check that through. 1, 2, 3. Just watch that you remember to count that one also.